What your favourite Primarch says about you. Lion L. Johnson, the inflexible exterminator. You believe that rules are rules, and if someone breaks them, they deserve to be purged. No expectations, no exceptions. You have zero tolerance for incompetence and hold yourself and others to impossibly high standards. While you see yourself as a tactical genius, you also have a habit of isolating yourself, refusing to explain your actions, and then getting upset when no one understands your plans. You have a mysterious aura, but let's be real, you're just bad at communication. Oh, and you're probably the ghost of your friends. Fulgrim, the hedonistic junkie. You're obsessed with perfection, and it consumes your life. Everything you do, you must do aesthetically pleasing. From your outfits to your dice rolls, people either admire your flawless style or find you insufferable, no in between. But you don't care. As long as you're the center of attention, you probably have a wall of expensive Warhammer minis that you tell yourself you'll finish painting someday, but deep down you're on a slippery slope to just one more, because that's become your motto. Perturabo, weaponized autism. You're a mastermind strategist, capable of solving problems that no one else can. But instead of praise, you're met with constant disappointment from yourself. No matter how much effort you put in, you're always underappreciated. People dismiss you as a cold, calculated, but they fail to see your true passionate work. You probably love intricate Legos and build your strong opinions about architecture. If someone else criticizes your creation, they're dead to you. The Khan, the one with common sense. You are that rare person in Warhammer who actually knows how to have fun. And that's rare these days. While everyone else is arguing about doctrines, woke, this side grimdark is not grimdark anymore, you're already halfway to another adventure. You embrace change. While others cling to their rigid beliefs, you prefer to live freely. If Warhammer were a D&D game, you'd be a chaotic neutral rogue who somehow always survives while others die dramatically. You have a knack for getting out of bad situations. Lehman Russ, the drunk. Every problem you have can be solved with violence or alcohol. And if it can't, then you're not using enough of either. You are fiercely loyal to those who consider you family, but if someone so much as insults your dog, you're dead. You think you're the life of the party, but in reality, you wake up in random places with no memory of the night before. You never admit it, but deep down, you crave acknowledgement from your dad and those who respect you most. Rogel Dawn, Lego autism. You're painfully stubborn and will never admit you're wrong, even if the Emperor himself descends from the Golden Throne to tell you otherwise. You love building things, not because it's fun, but because it needs to be done correctly. If you've ever built IKEA furniture, you refuse to look at instructions because you already knew what you were doing. Your idea of a good time is reinforcing an already impenetrable fortress, and you judge others for their shoddy craftsmanship. Conrad Kurz, extreme Batman. You're the type of person that believes if it works, it's not crazy enough. You think the ends justify the means? You probably have a dark sense of humor that makes you uncomfortable. You see corruption everywhere. You also have a deep, unshakable distrust for authority. At your core, you genuinely want justice, but your methods are just a little too extreme. You're the Warhammer edgelord propagandist. Sanguinius, oh, you're the goodest boy. You are the shining lights in the darkness, and everyone loves you. You're the type of person who always tries to see the better in others, even when they don't deserve it. You might have a tragic side, but instead of letting it consume you, you rise above it and continue to inspire those around you. If Warhammer had an anime main character, it would be you. Also, if someone kills you, you immediately start plotting their revenge. Ferrus Manus, the know-it-all. You probably think Ferrus is underrated, and you're right, but sadly, no one cares. You're into powerful machines, but you also have terrible luck with friendships. Your loyalty is admirable, but it also leads you to the wrong people. You're probably a huge deal, but unfortunately, no one cares. Angron, anger and daddy issues. You're always angry. We fucking get it. You don't have a short fuse, you are the fuse. Every conversation somehow turns into a political argument, and you refuse to back down, even when it's completely unnecessary, because we're just at the family dinner table. Calm your farm, mate, no one cares. Deep down, you probably just want to be loved, but it's not too late. Therapy might help, but in the end you'll probably just end up cracking the therapist. Rebute girly man, you're the tax expert. You're painfully responsible and believe in the rules above all else. You probably have a strong opinion about bureaucracy, and Microsoft Excel is your favorite video game. You believe the world would be a better place if people just followed the rules and everyone listened. Others call you boring, but you prefer the term efficient. Moritarian, the hypocrite. You hate authority, and you claim to fight against oppression, but the moment you gain any power, you're just as bad as those fucking above you. You're the type to complain about pollution, even while driving a gas-guzzling car. How dare you? You refuse to admit you're sick, even when you're coughing up blood. Magnus the Red, the wizard who casts fireballs and ruins the D&D game. You love knowledge, you crave power, and you're absolutely convinced that you know better than anyone else. You're the guy in D&D that crafts the perfect wizard build, and then just casts Fireball at the worst fucking possible time because it seemed like a good idea. You have to read every single piece of lore that you can get your eye on, you misinterpret every key detail, and you act way too confidently when you don't understand things. You probably consider yourself a visionary, someone who dares to push boundaries. When you realize that it's your arrogance that leads to disaster, in the end, your biggest flaw isn't your intelligence, it's your inability to accept that you're probably wrong. The Emperor told you don't use psychic powers, and immediately you used psychic powers. If you were in a horror movie, you'd be the guy that dies first, that reads the cursed book just to see what happens. But hey, you'll turn around and say, I did nothing wrong. Horus, you're the big brother. You were the golden child, the favorite, the one that everyone looked up to. You had it all, the charisma, the power, the talent. You peaked in high school. You were destined for greatness. People trusted you, admired you, and followed you without question. You were the guy who could have led humanity into the golden age, but you fumbled generational wealth. At some point in your life, you made one massive mistake and it cost you everything. Maybe you trusted the wrong people, maybe your ego got the better of you, maybe you thought you were too smart to be manipulated. Guess what? You were wrong. Instead of being remembered as one of the greatest leaders, you're remembered as an idiot who betrayed everything that you stood for. This is getting a bit too deep. And now all you do is watch from the afterlife as people argue whether you deserve sympathy or not. Lorgar, you're the type of person who plays the long game, the one who doesn't nothing but wins. You don't need to be the loudest in the room, you don't need to be the first puncher. You just need to plant an idea, let it take root, and watch the world burn from afar. People underestimate you because you don't act like a traditional leader, but that's their mistake. You know that words hold more power than weapons, and you're a master of persuasion. You have strong religious beliefs, or at the very least, you're obsessed with psychology. You question everything, and can't stand when people reject those ideas without considering them. You love conspiracy theories, but unlike most people, you actually get others to believe them too. Some might say it's manipulation, but from your perspective, you're just giving them the right information. Vulcan, hug and love. For humans at least. You were one of the few genuinely good guys left in this scene. Seriously, that makes you an anomaly. Just check my comments section. You actually care about human lives. You believe that compassion is not a weakness but a strength. You're the type of person who would have dropped a stray animal in the middle of a battlefield because it looks scared. You don't see war as a game or a contest, you see it as a necessary evil that should always be fought with a clear purpose, while others lose themselves to hatred, ambition, or despair. You hold on to hope. You refuse to let suffering make cruel. If Warhammer had a dad, it would be you. People look at you and think, this guy is too pure. And you're probably right. You are the warmth, brutality. You're the warmth in a cold galaxy. Just because you love doesn't mean you won't kill. Chorus, Korvax. The Team Fortress 2 spy theme. You're stealthy, brooding, dramatic. You work best alone in the shadows when no one sees it coming. You probably have a playlist full of emo music and a deep hatred for being perceived. You thrive when people underestimate you, and you prefer to let others think that they're winning until it's too late. You're quiet, calculating, the one who always has an escape plan. While others are charging into battle head on, you wait, observe, and strike only when necessary. You're not just a warrior, you're a strategist, an infiltrator, a ghost, and let's be real, you're probably into cosplay. Alfarius. Are you even Alfarius? Are you Omegon? Does it matter? The truth is no one cares, not even you. You thrive on misinformation, deception, and playing mind games. You could be anyone, anywhere, at any time, and that's exactly how you like it. You are the type of person who loves plot twists, and you probably think that causing confusion is just as good as winning. If someone tries to challenge you, you just change the rules. In a conversation, you take both sides, whoever's winning side. You probably go for the Kansas City Chiefs right now, and you'll go for someone else in 3 years' time. Peace and love.